But first, he'll have to convince any squeamish LA residents. Just want to be super clear that by 2035, the 4 million residents of the city hopefully will be drinking this stuff that started hours ago in our homes and showers and toilets.
Absolutely. You'll have the sweetest, cleanest, clearest water, and it's going to be right here from LA.
Bauxite, once it's processed, the red muddy residue is dumped into a lake high up in the central Jamaican highlands. Environmental activists say this sun-baked sludge contains high levels of heavy metals and other pollutants. It's a soil that sustains no life. Nothing survives, nothing grows.
From an environmental standpoint, all the biodiversity that exists in these locations are destroyed to facilitate this process. Mining is happening in here.
Dixon says the mud lake is also the cause of another problem. He says the heavy metals in the residue are seeping into the groundwater, and that in turn is polluting rivers and streams further downstream.
Leslie Run, and there's dead worms and dead fish all throughout this water. Something I just discovered is that if you scrape the creek bed, it's like chemical is coming out of the ground. Can you come here? And let me just show this to people. I don't know if you're going to see this in the camera, but watch this. Just see that.
Water is now a threatened resource, abundant in quantity, but limited in its quality. How can this be navigated? This is Your Health Daily by Healthy Reforms. Topic: 8 types of water. Which one is best? In John 4 verse 14, Jesus connects water with salvation. The water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. So in the spiritual, the same in the physical. Water can save lives, and the quality of water will affect the quality of life of the consuming individual. So much so that in the Garden of Eden, God placed a river through the midst of it. The world is now a far cry from this Edenic scene. How do we navigate from our present circumstance to the best solution? As a general rule, in order to stay hydrated, it is safe to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. The quantity depends also on ambient temperature and type of diet. Others use the rule of half the body's weight in ounces. Therefore, a 120-pound person is encouraged to drink approximately 60 ounces of water per day, which calculates to approximately 6 16-ounce glasses of water. However, while it is good to know what quantity to drink, should we be particular on the type of water we drink? Water is the universal solvent of living matter. It cleanses the body inside and outside. Yet, at the same time, water can also be the medium for undesirable toxins to enter the body. For that reason, it is important to choose what water to drink. We are counseled, pure, soft water is the goal. The types of water to be listed are for you to make the best choices based on your circumstances and to eventually advance into better water choices. So what is pure water and what is soft water? Soft water is water that is free from dissolved salts of such metals as calcium, iron, or magnesium, which form insoluble deposits such as appear as scale in boilers or soap curd, in bathtubs and laundry equipment. Soft water has low to no mineral content such as rainwater when clean. Pure water has a neutral pH of 7 and should be unmixed with any other matter, having no color or taste. There is a difference between water being pure in its natural state and water that has been purified.
About what to do if the city's share of imported water dries up. You're lucky this is not smell-o-vision. One potential source, the city's wastewater. What comes from our showers and toilets. Michael Ruiz runs LA's Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, which treats the equivalent of 409 Olympic-sized swimming pools of the stuff every day. So, Mike, what is it exactly?
In a scientific term, it's called mixed liquor suspended solids.
Mixed liquor suspended solids.
Yes.
Sounds pretty gross, but Mike and the city are able to treat all this sewage, so it's clean enough to release into the Los Angeles River. Now LA engineers and scientists are working on an ambitious plan to, by 2035, turn LA's wastewater into LA's drinking water.
There it is, the smell.
LA Mayor Eric Garcetti couldn't be more confident in his city's plan to go from toilet to tap, or showers to flowers, as he likes to call it. But first he'll have to convince any squeamish LA residents.
Just want to be super clear that by 2035, the 4 million residents of the city hopefully will be drinking this stuff that started hours ago in our homes and showers and toilets.
Absolutely. You'll have the sweetest, cleanest, clearest water, and it's going to be right here from LA.
Drinking water or tap water. It is the one legally suitable for human consumption. The laws regarding water quality in many countries allow drinking water that contains small but, quote, important, unquote, quantities of numerous toxins such as arsenic, cadmium, or cyanide. The cumulative toxic effects of small quantities of toxins consumed daily with drinking water are yet to be thoroughly studied. The U.S. Council of Environmental Quality states that the cancer risk for people who drink chlorinated water is up to 93% higher than for those who drink water that does not contain chlorine. While it is effective in killing bacteria, thus reducing waterborne diseases, chlorine also destroys our beneficial gut bacteria, where an estimated 70% of our immune system operates. Filtered water. This is drinking water that has passed through a filter, normally of activated carbon. The filters generally eliminate suspended particles, microorganisms, not viruses, which are filterable, chlorine, and pesticides, but they allow the majority of chemical contaminants to pass. Filtered water is legally required to contain less than 10 parts per million of contaminants. Therefore, not all filtered water is purified water. Tap filters, which are as low as $34 may not be as efficient, and home filters, which can cost up to $700 can be used for up to 1 year. The more economical tap filters are affordable and easily accessible to households, but the larger home filters may be more costly and difficult to obtain. The water, however, is not necessarily pure. Purified water. This is drinking water from any source which undergoes diverse processes such as chlorination, filtration, reverse osmosis, and ozonation. Purification processes reduces the concentration of contaminants such as suspended particles, parasites, bacteria, algae, viruses, and fungi. However, because chlorine is a part of the purification process, as stated before, can affect and damage the gut bacteria, which is a part of the immune system. Water treated by reverse osmosis. It is practically pure water, thanks to special membranes between 90% and 95% of mineral salts and contaminants are eliminated in drinking water. It is the particular key component used in treating toilet to tap water treatment. The microscopic nature of reverse osmosis filter membrane can filter out not only the larger contaminants most water filtration systems catch, but it actually removes dissolved substances and minerals from within the water. This process also removes healthy minerals present in water and decreases pH. It is also a costly installation and requires expensive maintenance, especially when done for the entire home. Small faucet systems range from $200 to $1,000. Special care needs to be made in the selection of osmosis treatment systems because some of the fittings have been given Proposition 65, which warn that the components may expose users to chemicals. Alkaline or ionized water. It is obtained by treating drinking water through electrolysis or other electrical processes. According to its proponents, the alkaline pH close to 8.8 of this type of water makes it effective in neutralizing excessive acids in the blood. An antioxidant and anti-aging effect is attributed to this kind of water. However, there is not sufficient scientific support to justify it. Alkaline bottled waters normally boast a pH of 8.89 or even higher, but creating pH extremes in either direction in your system, whether too acidic or too alkaline, can cause health problems. The fact that a company takes regular water and walks it through an ionizer should stir the question if the water purchased in the bottle is pure. Some individuals invest in water ionizing machines for their pipe tap system, which costs from $1,600 to $6,000. By its cost, it places itself beyond the reach of the poor, in the sense of its inaccessibility by its cost. The FDA has banned the use of any claims of health benefits relating to alkaline water and bone health due to insufficient evidence to support it. Distilled water. Chemically pure water. Water and nothing but water. The process of distillation consists of boiling the water and then cooling the steam in order for it to condense and form drops of pure water. Distilled water is the most pure, toxin-free drink there is. These are its advantages. Does not contain any microorganisms, viruses, bacteria, or parasites, as it has been boiled. This ensures it will not transmit gastroenteritis or any other infectious disease. Does not contain heavy metals or chemical contaminants, as their deposits remain in the boiling container, or if volatile, in the carbon filters that are components of distillation devices. It is true that distilled water does not supply mineral salts of any kind, calcium, potassium, or other, unlike drinking mineral water. At the same time that it lacks salts, it also is free of toxins. The lack of mineral salts in distilled water does not pose any health risk. Any fruit or vegetable, whole in the form of juice or broth, abundantly offsets the lack of minerals in distilled water. Obtaining minerals from drinking water also implies consuming many undesirable toxins. Distilled water contains neither toxins nor any type of germs, and it is perfectly suitable for human consumption. Mineral water or spring water originates from springs, supplies a variable amount of minerals. When bottled, it guarantees being germ-free. Minerals that are often present in mineral or spring water include calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, bicarbonate, zinc, and iron. It is best captured at its source in high region where it hasn't been contaminated by fertilizer seepage or other pollutants or even runoffs from cattle. However, it is important to do a lab test for microbes before drinking. Also, the presence of too much minerals in these water, including well water, can leave the skin white when bathed with. However, this water can be softened by boiling or adding lime, or even using one of the water filtration systems to remove hard minerals. Spring water may be hard and not meet the requirements for soft. Therefore, it depends on the location of the spring to get the best spring water that may be pure and soft. Noting that spring water, being soft, is dependent upon the presence of minerals, particularly calcium and magnesium, where in the absence of these would make the water ideal as soft. Depending on where you live, the rainwater produced may be pure or impure. Rainwater undergoes a natural distillation process and is generally in that state, being pure and soft, in the best environment, but as it falls in another, it can become impure and acidic. For example, acid rain. Acid rain results when sulfuric dioxide and nitrogen oxides are emitted into the atmosphere and transported by wind and air currents. The sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide react with water oxygen, and other chemicals to form sulfuric acid and nitric acids. The map indicates that largely industrialized areas are more than likely to produce acidic rain, and even country regions near these industrialized areas are influenced by the currents of impure air blown to country regions. It is therefore imperative that the rainwater be tested and not assumed to be naturally pure. So what do we now drink? Well, we have the top three. In number 1, spring water or mineral water or well water. Number 2, rainwater. And number 3, distilled water. All of these have been selected on the basis of cost, healthfulness, and accessibility to all. Spring water because it has the opportunity to be filtered and also mineralized to a certain extent. The pureness and softness of the water can therefore be best determined by one's location. High regions in rural areas, some distance away from the city, and farm chemicals are likely to produce the best quality water. Distillation is also the best man-made process to resolve water issues and still meets a healthful standard. In Zechariah 13 verse 1, the scripture states, "In that day a fountain will be opened for the house of David, for sin and for impurity. Will you partake of the water that Jesus has to give?" This was Your Health Daily by Healthy Reforms. For more information and resources, visit the Healthy Reforms website. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter for more information that will be shared to your email.